Hello and welcome. In this tutorial, we will look at a new feature that enables you to change sinusoidal source parameters at a specific angle. From the 2024.2 Typhoon HIL Control Center software release, it is possible to specify that new sinusoidal source parameters should be applied at a certain phase angle. This is achieved through a new argument of our HIL API function called setSourceSineWaveform. A common practice in testing for power system applications is to validate that the device under test responds well to different transient events, such as dips and swells. From the 2024.2 Typhoon HIL Control Center software release, it is possible to specify that new sinusoidal source parameters should be applied at a certain phase angle. This is achieved through a new argument of our HIL API function called setSourceSineWaveform. This function works directly on our FPGA chip, which guarantees time precision equal to the simulation time step of the model. Let's open our API documentation and look at setSourceSineWaveform function. In addition to the previously existing arguments, a new argument, applyAtPhase, is added. This argument, if specified, defines the phase angle of a voltage or current source at which the function will be applied. In case you want to change multiple sources with a single API call, you can define the name parameter as a list. In this case, you can define the applyAtPhase parameter for every source separately. Please note that the applyAtPhase parameter can't be used together with ramping functionality. In case you are combining it with the ramp time parameter, the entire API command will be ignored. It is important to understand how this parameter interacts with the existing executeAt parameter. If this parameter is omitted, the API call will be applied immediately after the source has achieved the phase value specified by applyAtPhase. On the other hand, if the executeAt parameter is defined, the API call will first wait for the defined time to pass, and afterward, the source change will be applied in the first occurrence of the specified phase value. As before, if the applyAtPhase parameter is omitted, the API call will be applied immediately at the time defined by the executeAt parameter. Let's now switch to the HIL SCADA environment and see how these commands can be applied to a running model. If we click on the normal voltage button widget, we can see the initial waveform of the VS1 voltage source. As we can see, it is a pure sine waveform with a 200 RMS voltage level. On the right, we have the phase activation value widget. If we click on it, we can see that it is defining global variable called phase activation value. This variable is used in other widgets. Let's define the phase to be 90 degrees. Now let's explore the RMS equals 0 widget. The first part of the widget code is dedicated for activating the trigger function of capture scope widget, so we will skip it for now. Below is the main function, which is setting the RMS value to 0 volts, effectively shorting the voltage source. This change will be applied at the activation phase, which was defined to be 90 degrees. Let's press the button. We can clearly see that the source is changed at a predefined phase value. Now, let's go through the other cases as well. We can now increase the RMS voltage to 400 volts. Also, it is possible to change the frequency the same way. As well, to make a phase shift. In this case, let's shift the phase 180 degrees. Finally, let's try introducing harmonics. Thank you for watching this tutorial video on the functionality of changing sinusoidal sources at a predefined phase angle. If you have any additional questions or require further support, please don't hesitate to reach out to us using the ticketing system.
Check the video description for more resources on this topic, including how to download and get started with Typhoon HIL Control Center for free. You can also visit HIL Academy to access free courses, expand your HIL testing skill set, and get certified. Subscribe to our channel to get notified about new content.